Hello and welcome to Helping the Helpers, our series of videos about experiences that we've had working with volunteers in various emergency and crisis situations in the hope that this will help other volunteers who are now responding. And I'm really happy to be joined by Kelley in Denver, Colorado. Hello, Kelley.
Hello.
Kelley worked with us both in Greece and led the project a really critical time in Cyprus, helped to set it up, and has also worked for the American Red Cross in disaster response in various places like California. And wanted to talk to you, Kelley, about burnout because
Yeah.
I've definitely burnt out volunteering. I think every volunteer that I've worked with, let's say after 2, 3 weeks, something like that, they will definitely show signs of it. How do we recognize it, and how important is it to do something about it?
Yeah, definitely. It's a great question. So I think one of the most important things to recognize about burnout is that everyone who's volunteering in a critical time like this is going to experience burnout in some way, shape, or form.
Mm.
So it's really important to just know that going in and know what the signs look like so you can recognize it in yourself and you can also recognize it in others, be able to help your fellow volunteers, help mitigate some of the emotional response that you'll feel. So it is really critical to be able to identify it and call out the signs.
Yeah. And what would they be?
Very common signs usually are a change in your emotional state, so reacting to certain situations a little bit more strongly than you normally would right at the beginning of a volunteer response. Other signs are feeling either critical of yourself or others as it pertains to the success or the ability to be successful in your role during the disaster response. Seeing an increase in cynicism around others who are helping, and also a general lack of empathy can eventually hit. So, and then other signs can be just general exhaustion. You're waking up, you're working very hard, you may be doing the exact same thing every day, you're dealing with very high stress emotional situations.
Mm.
That is going to take a toll on your own self-care and emotional state as well.
Yeah, cynicism. So you start to be quite suspicious about the other's motives.
Or just, starting to feel like this situation is a disaster and it's always going to be a disaster and I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel or how I don't see the actual progress that we're making. Even though you are making progress, you're able to help people, it may be incremental and you can't see the big picture and it can start to wear on you a little bit.
Mm. And I suppose one of the drivers of burnout is that people feel that they are needed and that they can't leave it alone. That there's more people in need than they are.
Yes, very much so. An inability to be able to separate yourself from the work that you're doing is also a sign. Feeling like you can't stop working because if you stop working, someone may suffer because of it, can be very detrimental to the volunteer process. So being able to put that boundary in between yourself and the work and notice when that is happening, so you can flag it and be able to take a step back and put some space in between your emotional state and the work that needs to get done.
So there's a shift in mindset. But what do people do when they recognize these signs of burnout?
One, I think the most critical thing when you do recognize it, or if you recognize it in others, is to talk about it, to call it out, because it's very common. Someone next to you may be feeling the exact same way and have no idea that that is burnout. So being able to talk about it is critical. And then do something about it. And things that you can do, again, I talked about putting that emotional space between you and the work. Taking a break is key. Taking a break, doing something that has absolutely nothing to do with the work that you're trying to get done, going for a walk, exercise, reading a book, calling a loved one. If you are volunteering and you are staying or spending a lot of time with fellow volunteers, if you're going out to dinner with them, make sure you're not just talking about work. Talk about something else. I know it's hard, especially in the state of the world right now. Everything is focused on what's going on currently, but you can talk about the pets that you have, anything that can give you a mental break from the day-to-day work that you're carrying out is going to be really key.
Really brilliant. Thank you very much, Kelley. Really great insights there. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Um, and I think, as a final message, I would say it's okay to take a break. In fact,
Yeah.
it's critical. Otherwise, you can't help others if you can't help yourself.
Great.
Um, so, thank you very much for watching, listening. I hope that was useful. Please like, comment, share this video. Tell us what you think. Ask us anything. Thank you.
Thanks.